Hi, welcome to week 1. This is everything that I want you to do this week, and I know you might be looking at it thinking, wow, that is a lot. It's really not a lot. It just looks like a lot. It'll go pretty fast. So what we have each week, we have our week, and then we have our resources, and then under there we'll have our assignments, and if there's a quiz, there will be a quiz section. So week 1 schedule is this. I want you to make sure you review the syllabus. I did touch on it in the welcome video. Go through the online students getting started in this course in Canvas section. I want you to review the course resources. I want you to connect to the ebook either using the ISU book bundle if you're opted into the book bundle, or the link that I provided in the top of the module for Cengage. And then you need to set up your Cengage account. You need to set up a login and a password. And then, and if it doesn't ask you for a login and a password and you still get connected to my class, that's okay. Just if you need to set up an account at some point, just know you might have to at some point put your ISU email in and create a password. Step 2, I want you to review the filing rules module and the records retention module. So 2 important things that we just barely take some time to touch on in this class. The first one is filing rules. There are rules out there on how to file records. For example, records in a manila folder or records in a electronic folder. See this, you have your little folder on the bottom of your screen that is the Windows File Explorer. How we can file records that way. So there's a specific way that we create what we call a record index on how we alphabetize things or categorize things and put them in order. And so we are not spending a lot of time on this. I just want you to know a little bit about it. There is some assignments. There's 12 rules that you'll complete. Just work through those to kind of give you an idea of how filing rules work. And then there's a module on records retention, the importance of saving records, and then there's a little quiz for that. And then step 3, you've got the graded filing rules assignment. There is the records retention quiz, and then in Cengage, once you get connected, there are 3 assignments up in the file management folder for you to complete. And so there are links directly that'll take you there. And you'll be able to see those, and I'll show you what those look like. So I'm going to go back to our week 1 module. So that's our schedule for this week. So here's the module for filing rules. I want you to know why it's important to have filing rules. There's a really long video that if you were really bored, you can check it out. It is not required, it's just optional. If you want to learn more about the nitty-gritty of filing, you can. But you don't have to. And then there's the Gregg Reference Manual handout, which pairs along with the McGraw Online Learning Center. So what you're going to do is you're going to learn about the 12 filing rules using this link for McGraw, and then you're going to, for each rule, you're going to complete 1 interactive exercise, just 1 exercise per rule, and then you're going to save your results and have them emailed to me. Now, there were some issues with that last semester, so if you can't email, you need to submit, you need to print it, and you need to print it, and you go to print and then print to PDF. That's what I was thinking about. Sorry, perimenopause brain got me right there for a second. You want to print to PDF and then save it and then submit it at the submission link. And so what there are 12 exercises. You only have to do 1 exercise, and some rules have multiple exercises. Just know that you have to do 1 exercise per rule, which would give you a total of 12. As long as you give it a try, you don't even have to get it correct. As long as you gave it a try, you got a couple of them correct. You may have missed a few. That's fine. As long as you attempted it and practiced it, that's all I'm looking for. And then you're going to submit that. Okay, so that's the filing rules. And then we have the records retention. So I want you to read this about the importance of records retention and the cycle of records retention. And that is how we keep our records, important records, and how we decide what things we keep forever and what things we destroy. And so you're going to work through that, complete the quiz, and then there's some supporting documentation. So if you're going to go work in an office someday, these are guides on how long to keep records, and you can print those and you can take those with you. All right, so I'm going to go back a couple pages, and I'm going to go back to the what's happening in week 1. So now we're down to week 1 assignments. So you've got your first assignment is an assignment discussion where I want you to introduce yourself to me and your classmates. I want you to include your name, what you like to do for fun, what degree or program you're pursuing, and anything else you want to share. I say 1 to 2 minutes. If you go a little bit over that, that's fine. And then you can either do a typed post, you can write it out. So if you click reply and write it, you can write it, or you can create a short video. So if you go down and hit reply, you'll get the option to, you'll have a window come up where you can click on, there's a menu, and you can click on the menu and you can record a video, and that's what I did. I thought it was only fair that I made a video for you to introduce myself, since I've asked you to do that for me. So make sure you either type a reply to my post or you make a video reply, and then I want you to reply to one classmate. So your assignment of points for this particular assignment will be 6 points for making a post, and then 4 points for making one meaningful reply to a classmate. That's how you earn all 10 points for this. And this is, I love to call this the low-hanging fruit assignment, where it's just easy points and it bumps your grade up. And it helps us all get to know each other. And this also makes great connections. So you're in an online section, but some of you come in for seated sections, and it'll help you know, like, hey, I know you, or you might be in BPA together, and it'll help you make friends even though we're only in an online section. Okay, so that's one of your first assignments. Then you've got the filing rules assignment, and this one is where you're going to go to the center, do all the filing rules, and then I did update this page to say print to PDF if the email is not working. And then this is the total points. And so you're going to upload everything to this assignment submission. Okay? And that's what's happening for the assignment filing rules. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Whoa, not there. That's not what I want. Okay, so let me just go back to modules again. It's probably the easiest way. Okay, so we're in week 1. So you have the assignment introduction, assignment filing rules. Then this is where we get into Cengage. So there are 3 assignments, 1, 2, 3, where it's going to show you how to use the Cengage to submit your assignments. So the first one is how to complete a SAM project, which is what we'll do a lot of projects. And these are your assignments, and it's going to show you how to do that. And it's really super easy. You're going to download a start file. It's going to be a Word document. I think they're going to have you type hello, and then you're going to upload it, submit it, and it's going to be like, congratulations, you submitted an assignment. Super easy. It just shows you how to submit a project in Cengage MindTap. And then the other 2, there's 2 videos where it shows you how to complete the SAM training. So for each module, we do SAM training and a SAM exam, which is video-based training on all the different features we're learning in Excel for that week. And then the SAM exam is almost identical of the training, and you'll do the SAM exam as well. And so these 2 assignments, videos and assignments, are to teach you how to complete the SAM training and the SAM exam, because you're going to have those as weekly to-dos for your assignments. One thing I'll tell you, the SAM training and the SAM exam are pretty much identical, and so when you get further into the semester, students will use a computer. It might have 2 monitors, or they'll split their screen, and they'll do the SAM training and the SAM exam at the same time, and they'll walk through all the tasks together. You don't have to do the training and try and memorize it and then do the SAM exam. You can do them concurrently at the same time, and work through those. Okay, after you do that, then you have the records retention quiz, which is based on the records retention module, and that's all that's happening this week. And I know you might be laughing, that's all. That's a really long list, Lindsay, but you'll go through it pretty fast. And then next week we'll move on to week 2, and we'll dive in with Excel module 1, and we'll move forward from there. And if you get through this week and you want to move on to next week, you are more than welcome to do that. In this class, you are welcome to work ahead. If you put the time in you want to, you could finish this class early if you wanted to. And then if you have any questions, let me know. But for most of you, we will work on one module per week. Starting this week is a bunch of miscellaneous modules, and then next week we'll start with Excel. So if you have any questions about anything this week, getting connected to the book, completing the file rules, something's not working right, please email me at my email address provided, and I'll get back to you and I'll help you out because I want you to be successful in this class. All right, that's all I have for you this week. Have a great week 1, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.